Stop trying to see self-improvement as something you need to master or be the best at. Like, you should always be trying to be the best version of yourself, but not in such a literal way. So I feel like the misconception around self-improvement or self-development is that it's more toxic than it is like healthy, but it's not self-improvement or self-development as it is. It's how people are using it. It's their relationship with it. If you're a perfectionist like me, self-improvement can get very toxic very fast, because self-improvement isn't about like deleting who you are. It's not about deleting your past or your mistakes or your failures and like reimagining yourself as this perfect person. If you don't wake up at 7, you're not doing good in life. If you don't have this habit, you can't get there. None of that is true. And I feel like that's where the toxicity comes from, is people's relationship with self-improvement and self-development. I feel like self-improvement or spirituality in general is just about having that relationship with yourself, assessing your mistakes and habits as they come up, as they arise. It's not about like racing to the first million you can make because you looked up millionaire habits or something like that. Everybody's path is different. Your path to 1 million is not going to look like the next person's path to 1 million or the last person's. So that's where it gets toxic, is trying to follow people's paths that aren't you. They don't have your aura. They don't look like you. They're not the same age. They don't have the same experiences. They don't have the same background, ancestors. Like, no. It's all very much an internal thing. It's all very much a very self-involved thing. When you let the external world get too involved in your self-development or self-improvement journey, it can get very toxic, because you start losing touch with what is self-improvement, like what is self-development. We're not here to be perfect. We're not here to conquer the world. Like, we're here to help each other, learn from each other, teach each other, love, connect, make mistakes, and grow. That's what I believe we're here for, regardless of our individual purposes or paths. That's what we are all innately here for. And I feel like that's what self-development is. That's what self-improvement is learning how to do those things or apply those things to your life without hating yourself or without trying to be perfect, because you're not perfect. You're never going to be perfect. So stop using self-improvement as an excuse to like say you're better than somebody or say you're trying to make a certain amount of money. I mean, whether you believe it's true or not, like, you can't walk around with that egotistical view and like judging yourself and others so harshly to the point where self-improvement is looked down upon. I'm seeing like a lot of videos that say like self-improvement is toxic, self-improvement is bad. It's like, no, it's not self-improvement. Self-improvement is good. Like, what do you mean? Improving yourself is always a good thing because there's always room for improvement. But it's that relationship with perfectionism and trying to be someone that you're really not. That's what's toxic. And I believe that's what they're saying. I think it's definitely a misconception. People think like self-improvement or spirituality or religion or whatever is your source of like self-improvement or whatever, they think that it's toxic or bad, when you're literally just getting to know yourself. You're getting to know how to be more godly. You're getting to know how to be more cooperative, adaptable, how to navigate your life in the most peaceful and easiest way. You know, nothing's meant to be stressful. Why would self-improvement should not be causing you stress? Like, I'm sorry, it really shouldn't be causing you stress, because it's all about going on your own path, going at your own pace. You can't like just look up a whole bunch of videos, binge watch them, write down the habits and start implementing them tomorrow. No, it's a conscious, every day, every second of the day thing. When a thought arises, when an action happens, when an emotion comes up, how are you navigating these things consciously? Because if you're operating in autopilot, then that means you're living your life unconsciously, and a lot of decisions that you should be making are already being made for you by other people or by a mindset you have like around your habits. And that's a whole nother thing, but I feel like that's basically what the base of self-improvement is. You can't wake up and decide you just want to be the most perfect person to exist, because it won't happen. It just won't happen like that. If anything, it'll happen slower, and if anything, it'll be worse off than you just simply making your mistakes and learning from them. So stop watching self-improvement videos and actually improve yourself. It's about what you're doing on a daily. It's not about the videos you're watching. Like, yes, tips are good and you can take what resonates and go, but it gets toxic to the point where when you get to the point to where you're binge watching this stuff thinking it's making you better because you're hearing it, but you're not really like applying the actions to your life, you kind of just have this toxic relationship with improving, but you don't have the relationship with yourself yet. So you're trying to improve all these aspects of yourself that you don't even fully understand. It makes you view self-improvement the wrong way. And I think that's why a lot of people actually seem to be deterred away from like self-improvement, because people are so set in their ways. They're so subconsciously living or unconsciously living, and people see self-improvement and be like, oh, another person that thinks they're better than everybody, another person that thinks everybody can just wake up and decide to be perfect. And it's not that at all. It's not about like thinking you're better than somebody. It's about like wanting to teach people, wanting to grow a community of people that actually want to improve themselves. I don't think anybody is in self-improvement or spirituality or anything like that is telling you that you have to be perfect, or that you have to, look at yourself as this big mistake waiting to happen. It's not true. So delete that belief around like self-improvement being toxic, because it's not toxic. Self-improvement is going to get you to the places you want to be. Like, it's literally just improving yourself. Like, it's not anything more than that. Like, it's improving yourself. But self-improvement and spirituality are very different things. I feel like spirituality is like the awareness of your everlasting self in this physical realm, and how you're connecting to your higher self or eternal self, and the conscious habits you have around like spirituality, like meditating or anything else that you deem as spiritual. Because I know spiritual can mean a multitude of things for everybody. It's a very inclusive journey that happens, because everybody's spiritual awakening or journey is very different, and people have religions, people don't have religions. But yes, all of that is very separate from self-improvement. Self-improvement is more so like the physical self, is more so how you're living your life, the actions you're taking, the conversations you're having. That is like self-improvement. The habits you have, like whether you go to sleep at night, if you're getting off your phone, if you're going to parties, whatever self-improvement looks like to you it's the physical matter of it all. The spirituality of it all is not so physical. It's all very much internal. It's all very much of God. So yeah.